The topic is going to be Excel. And so for Excel, the previous ones have been about Microsoft Word, the different features, and now this is a different type of application program whereby it just helps us like to create documents that, for example, to represent our information in tabular form, like organizing it in tables much more easily than you having a paper like a ledger book where you're going to make your calculations using like a calculator, you're writing. So this is more simplified. So to open an Excel document, you still do the same thing. You right click on your desktop and then you come to new, and then you come and select Microsoft Excel worksheet. But you already have an open one here. So this is how an Excel worksheet looks like. And this one, like what you can see here, this is a worksheet, and it has a lot of things. For example, first of all, there you can make as many sheets as you want. You keep adding, they all look the same. And a collection of all these worksheets, like from sheet 1 to whatever sheet you have ended on, is a workbook. So from right here, this worksheet is made up of, as you can see, it's just looking like a table. So you just have to decide like where you want your table to stop. So this is a cell, and a cell is where now you're going to enter your data. For example, text, let me see, name, that kind of data is text. And then you can also insert, like enter data which is in the form of numbers. So these are cells. And then as you can see, what are labeled, all the things that are labeled like using the numbers, and as they continue until this side, like from all the way from here, that whole thing, maybe this one, the whole of it is a row, and they're labeled using numbers. And then the ones that are labeled using these letters, these ones are columns. So when you join the letter and then the corresponding number, it specifies a given cell, and that is a cell reference. It appears here in a name box. It's just giving you the label of the cell. So if I say, for example, go to D6, you come here to this cell, an intersection between this row of D, and then between the column of D and then the row of 6. Then this one is a formula bar. So Excel can be used to make calculations using functions and then formulas that are inbuilt. And in case you're using a formula, for example, I have text here, and I wanted to add all these 3 texts. If I'm using a formula, for example, I want to add them, so I use sum. It's equal to the sum of this, comma, this, and this. So what I've put in this cell is a formula, and it appears here in the formula bar. And then you can click enter and it calculates for you. But then you can also achieve the same answer by using, actually this is a function what I used here, and then you can also use a formula by just adding on your own equal signs, and then you select each, so you add, you can see we still get the same answer. So whether I use a formula when you use a function, it appears in this box. Yeah, so there are very many different functions that you can use to make changes, as you shall see later. But then more things that you can do, you can still edit your text in the different cells using these editing features like bolding the text, among others. You can also, like, as you see, the worksheet is very big, so in case you have your text coming from, for example, this cell, and it reaches somewhere, for example, it reaches somewhere there, you can make a table and just enclose that given text by applying all borders to that specific part, just to enclose your text. And then, yeah, maybe when you have a very long piece of text, for example, something like that, and it doesn't fit, you can still adjust by just coming to the intersection of these two columns, and then you double click. Still, in case you're having a table and then you have a title for that table, you can make your title to be on top of the whole document. By simply highlighting, and then you merge all the cells, and then you center your title. There are a lot of editing features that you can do, but basically, at least now you're able to create a table, you're able to enter text, you're able to do simple calculations. In case you want to add, use some, as you shall see, for the calculations. But you can now create a table, you can move from one sheet to another. Yeah, that's it for now. Thank you.